Most people enter marriage chasing the wrong rewards. They chase beauty, money, status, or security. And then they are shocked when the marriage collapses, even though all those things were present. Here is a truth many don't want to hear. Marriage was never designed to impress the eyes or ensure the future. Marriage was designed to shape the soul. Let's talk about why beauty fails as a foundation. Beauty is powerful, but it is temporary. Scripture is honest when it says, "Charm is deceitful, and beauty is vain." Beauty attracts, but it does not sustain. You can admire a beautiful face and still feel profoundly lonely lying in the same bed. You can marry beauty and still feel completely misunderstood. Because beauty does not carry you through conflict, sickness, disappointment, aging, or loss. Marriage is not a photo shoot, it's a long, often difficult journey. And beauty alone has never, ever finished that race. Attraction opens the door, but it is character that keeps the house standing. Now, let's look at why money is such a dangerous motive. Many people don't marry a person, they marry a lifestyle. They marry potential, they marry provision. They marry comfort, but money changes. Jobs end, businesses fail, and economies shift. If finances are the only glue holding your marriage together, the slightest pressure will dissolve it. Money can certainly support a marriage, but it cannot define it. Provision without partnership is just a transaction. Marriage is not a financial agreement, it is a covenant of lives. A sacred bond where two souls are woven together, for richer or for poorer. When the money is gone, what is left? If the answer is nothing, then the foundation was built on sand. So, what was God's original purpose? It was character. When God created marriage, He wasn't just solving loneliness, He was forming character. Marriage is a crucible that reveals your patience, your humility, your capacity for forgiveness, your self-control, and your ability to sacrifice. The person you marry will expose who you really are. Deep down, that is not a curse, that is refinement. It's a process of sanding down your rough edges. Marriage doesn't make you holy, it shows you exactly where you are not. If you run from this kind of character development, marriage will always feel like a punishment. But if you embrace the growth, if you lean into the process, marriage becomes one of God's greatest tools for making you a better, stronger, more loving person. This brings us to compatibility. True compatibility isn't about liking the same music or enjoying the same movies. It is about sharing the same direction in life. The prophet Amos asked a profound question: how can two walk together unless they agree? Agreement here isn't about taste, it's about core values. You need to ask the real questions before you commit. How do we handle conflict? What do we believe about God and our purpose? How do we want to raise our children? How do we handle money, pressure, and temptation? Love without alignment eventually becomes a constant struggle. You'll find yourselves pulling in opposite directions. Compatibility is not just chemistry, it is shared conviction. And what about the person you marry? God did not promise you a flawless spouse, He promised you a companion. Someone to walk with you through life, someone to stay, someone to remain when fleeting feelings fade and the initial excitement wears off. Faithfulness is the true miracle of marriage, not endless butterflies or constant, movie-like romance. It is presence, the quiet, steady gift of knowing someone has your back, no matter what. The greatest gift in marriage is not passion, it is perseverance. In Scripture, God describes marriage as a covenant, not a contract. A contract is conditional. You can exit when it stops benefiting you, but a covenant is sacred. You stay because you made a promise before God and to each other. So, why are so many modern marriages struggling? I believe it's because the purpose has been misunderstood. People enter marriage asking, "What will I get out of this?" Instead of asking, "What am I prepared to give?" Marriage is not designed to serve your ego. It is designed to train your heart to love selflessly. If a marriage is only about self-fulfillment, it will inevitably collapse under the weight of two people's selfishness. It takes the whole people to make a marriage thrive. To empty people will just drain each other dry, leaving nothing but resentment and disappointment. Here is a sobering truth for you. You don't marry to escape your problems. You marry to confront them together. Marriage magnifies what you refuse to heal in yourself. Your insecurities, your fears, your pride, they will all come to the surface. That is precisely why character matters more than charm. Compatibility matters more than chemistry. And faithfulness matters more than finances. These are the pillars that can withstand the storms of life. So, let's rebuild our understanding. Marriage is not a prize for the successful or the beautiful. It is a calling for the committed, a sacred journey for those willing to grow. God didn't give Adam a sponsor. He gave him a companion, someone to bear life with him, to confront him, to cover him, to grow with him. Marriage is not about who looks good beside you, but who stands with you when you are exposed. If you are single, I encourage you to prepare your character more than you prepare your appearance or your bank account. Become the person you hope to find. If you are married, invest in understanding each other more than you invest in just performing for each other. And if you are struggling right now, please remember, God did not design marriage to break you, but to build you into someone stronger and more loving than you were before. Marriage is not about finding the right person. It's about becoming the right partner. Thanks for watching. If you want your marriage to be heaven on earth, please comment on character, compatibility, and companion.